bridges aimed in fire. Tales of courage, hearts inspire. From Crypto's fall to Gotham's fight, we see the battle wrong and right. Cut our law, standing tall through the trials, hear the call like a hero in the night. With the word we bring the light. Faith like steel, hearts ignite. Jesus shining, burning bright. We rise above like heroes do. Through every storm, he sees us through. D.M. Williams, guiding strong. Truth and justice in his song. With the armor, with the sword, fighting darkness for the Lord. Songwriter's voice echoes loud, standing firm, never bow. Like the saints and those before, we believe forevermore. Faith like steel, hearts ignite. Jesus shining, burning bright. We rise above like heroes do. Through every storm, he sees us through. From the comics to the sky, truth and justice never die. In his power, in his grace, we fight the good fight, take our place. Faith like steel, hearts ignite. With Jesus shining, burning bright, we rise above like heroes do. Through every storm, he sees us through. From the comics to the sky, truth and justice never die. In his power, in his grace, we fight the good fight, take our place.
I
And
love I love that theme.
welcome. Welcome to Faith and Comics. Uh, we're in our number 19 show.
Wow.
Yeah, we're slowly but surely we're getting to the 20th this month.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
welcome to my co-host, the Bishop.
Thank thank you, thank you, thank you. And welcome to you too, my brother. How are you?
Yes, doing fine, and at least got enough rest for last night. We have
Yeah.
remember we do have a patient uh,
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
our caregiver duties. Me and my
Yeah.
wife.
God bless you
And,
guys.
yep. And where are we? Yeah. Welcome to Faith and Comics.
Welcome,
Faith, of
welcome.
course. Faith, of course, is how do we define faith, my brother Bishop?
Faith is just believing for something to be true. The faith
Yes.
our faith in our Father and our Creator is something that it's something that's important because you have to know in your heart. The Spirit will let you know in your heart that He's real and that His word is real, and you have to just trust in it. It's all about trust. I always talk about trust in my videos. So you got to
Yes.
trust it.
Your last video is about man
Now, wisdom?
wisdom. Yes, and
Mhm.
the Lord gives us wisdom to trust in Him, right?
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yeah. Because like I said in the video, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
Hmm.
It's the
Yes.
beginning of knowledge. And when, like I broke it down in the video, when we say fear, when you hear they talk about the Lord and fear, they're not talking about being afraid, because the word says that we were not born with a spirit of fear, but with love and of a sound mind, love, power, and of a sound mind. The fear they're talking about is reverence, respect,
Yeah.
that kind of fear.
Yes. Yeah. And we all know about reverence and fear.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Yes.
And this week is the celebration of the Holy Week for most of
Yes.
Christendom. And
Hmm.
since it's Monday today, it's Palm Sunday at your end. Yeah, we celebrate. Yesterday there was a mass here in
Oh,
our neighborhood chapel,
oh, I
Catholic
know it
chapel.
was. I know it was fun, wasn't
No, I just they got some palm leaves from our palm tree.
it? Hmm.
They do that every year, man.
And for those of you who don't know, the reason for that is because when the Lord Yahushua, or as you guys may know him as Jesus, when he came into the city on, I do believe he was on a donkey, and
On a
as he
donkey.
came into the city, everyone had palm leaves and they were worshiping him, saying Hosanna,
Mhm.
Hosanna, and that's where we get the
Yeah.
palms from.
Yes.
Mhm.
And that's one of the themes of what I'm about to say. I was listening to Jesus Christ Superstar for a
Yeah.
couple of days. Every
Uh-huh.
version of it. First, I was the 1970
Right.
recorded soundtrack.
Uh-huh.
Then there was the 1973 movie soundtrack. The
Uh-huh.
the the, the recorded soundtrack has Ian Gillan as Jesus Christ and Murray Head as Judas Iscariot. The movie
Oh,
version
okay.
has Ted Neely
Yeah.
and Carl Anderson.
Carl Anderson,
Plus,
yeah.
I listened to the 1996 soundtrack with Steve Buscamo or something. He's
Hmm.
good, man. That voice.
Did
Plus
Did you see the version with John Legend?
yeah, the 2018 version. I have it on my playlist on YouTube. Everyone, so I still have a couple of songs, a couple of OST, so to speak, to listen to of the same thing.
Right, right. Mhm.
It was enjoyable, man. I remember when I was a kid, we were listening to
Mhm.
the long playing double album, vinyl
Mhm.
version of Jesus Christ Superstar, the
Yeah.
1970 soundtrack with
Uh-huh.
Imagine Ian Gillan, the singer of Deep Purple, doing Jesus Christ Superstar.
I know that we've seen
Right? Yeah, that's
it.
history. It's too bad he was so
Yeah.
busy with people that he didn't get to do the movie.
Right, right, right.
Yeah,
That would have
then we
been
have
really good.
Ted Neely, but that's a
Yeah.
whole whole new version of tenor voice doing the rock
Right,
opera.
exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, since on the subject, I was reading uh, after the triumphant entry in Jerusalem, Jesus went
Mhm.
to the temple. Uh
Yeah.
oh. Jesus went to the
What
temple,
happened?
then he was really mad about money changers, sellers, and stuff. And
Yeah,
that was
because they
when
had it. I'm sorry, but yeah, because they had it all. They had they were buying and selling and doing all this in the house of God,
yes, should be a house of prayer.
like they do
But
today.
yes, like they do today, they don't. They don't haven't really realized it. No, they think it's okay.
No, when yeah, when we sitting out there, okay, and you have like a table set up for merchandise and all that stuff, and things,
I
or you
know.
got ATMs in the church.
Yes, and digital money transfer.
Right, that's crazy.
Plus, what are the other stuff that's wrong? That's wrong, right? It's really wrong to make
It
the
is.
temple a marketplace. But
Yeah.
some will reason that the real temple is your body, the temple of the Holy Spirit is your heart. But you know,
Yes.
like we talked about earlier, reverence.
Yes. It's
No,
about
yeah,
respect,
people.
reverence.
Yes, yes. And
Hmm.
I'm gonna share something from Jordan International.
Oh,
Stinging time.
I've heard of them.
So this is, yeah, I know. This is my version of how great thou art.
Oh,
This is
one of my
entitled.
favorites.
Actually, this is a rock up version called Lord of All Creation because
Yeah,
copyright hits. Mark
of course.
my. Here it is. Let's listen to it right now.
Let's go.
Oh Lord, my God, when I behold your glory, the skies above the earth beneath my feet, I see the stars, the vast and endless heavens. Your mighty hand makes all things complete.
That is,
Yo,
yeah.
I I didn't hear that one, my brother. That is sickening. Please,
That
I,
was one.
send it to me somehow.
That was
That is
one of my
BC.
earliest. That was one of my earliest songs. It's
How did I miss that?
I think it's on my playlist number two.
Wow, it was back then. That is
Yes, back
really good.
then. And it's
My soul
it's
cries out,
technically
my Savior, Lord and King.
how great you are,
Yeah.
because I cannot put how great thou art in the
I
lyrics.
know, I know, I know. But it's a great equivalent. It's a great equivalent. Oh my
Yeah, no,
goodness! And
I'll
you know,
send it
she
to
sounds a
you.
little. They sound. She sounds a little bit like Evanescence.
Yeah, I know, that's Barbara BC for you.
Yes, I love BC. I love her. I just call her BC. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. Okay, that's actually it's named, the AI artist is named after my sister,
Yeah,
Barbara.
Barbara,
Yeah,
Miss
yep.
Miss
My
BC.
sister was BC is of course our name. I've I've
Right.
always doing shortcuts for some items, some
It's
stuff.
cool. That's what gives it flavor.
Yes, I
But
know.
that was
Yeah.
really good.
Thanks.
Yes, I have to.
And
Yeah,
you have to rummage through my playlist.
I am. I am. I'm making. I have a JOEDEN International playlist on my channel. You know, as you come up with songs and stuff, I put them on there. And so I haven't really
Yeah,
like just dive deep into because that's take a couple of days.
yeah. So
Yeah, yeah. But hits.
continuing continuing our discussions on the
Let's go.
comic book part. Uh,
Okay.
what is your honest opinion about the incoming, uh, obviously floppy seek movie incoming for DC? I think
Are, are you talking about the new Superman movie, perhaps?
Diaper Man.
I think it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be great. Yeah, right. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's
right.
going to be a horrible mess. It's going to be disgusting. It's going to be a horrible mess. It's going to be goofy, just like James Gunn. It's not going to have any substance. It's not going to satisfy any of them, anybody. Our side or James Gunn's fans. It's not going to satisfy anybody. Well, of course, it's still going to be the James Gunn. Woo! Those people, but
Yeah, those people.
but but basic people with common sense, they're going to be like, "What is this?" I mean,
Yeah, I know.
you might find like in any movie, any movie, you'll find something in there that you might think is cool, and I'm pretty sure it's a few things peppered around in there that people might think is cool. But for the whole thing in general, it's going to be a hot, steaming mess.
It's actually gonna be a comic book movie.
I mean,
it,
yeah,
it's not really that
it's going back to
it doesn't take it
a time when comic books were goofy and light and stuff like that.
goofy, yes, light,
Yeah,
no heavy
but
thinking stuff, no.
but nobody's
Yes,
asking for that.
yeah, I know.
Nobody's asking
I
for that.
know.
We want to
I
see
think
Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman go and try to rip the head off of Darkseid. We want to see him fight the Furies. We want to see this.
the
Go to
Furies.
Battle World. We need to see stuff like this.
Yes, I know.
You know,
And did you watch the latest animation, Batman Ninja versus Yakuza League.
No.
The
Should
voice of
I?
Batman there, the voice of Batman there is not Kevin
Conroy, yeah.
Conroy. Yes,
God rest his soul.
that's why it's has this little bit, I don't know,
You don't sound
goofy.
too thrilled with it.
No, I watched it last night, and the animation is still the same as the first Batman Ninja, but the voice is uh, leaves
It throws you off,
it
huh?
leaves yeah, it's sort of off for me. And I haven't
Yeah.
really watched some stuff ever since we started Joden music.
Right. We've been busy.
Yeah, we've been busy. I mean, I just caught up with Daredevil. Uh,
The latest one?
la- the last one, episode 8. Is that 11?
Yes. Oh, it's so
Yeah,
good.
Bullseye is
Oh,
coming again.
yeah. I
how
can't wait
he
to see
how he
the final one.
survived falling into the that 3-story building, 4-story. I do not know.
He's he's bullseye.
probably he has probably he has a dementia. They will
But remember,
introduce.
but but remember, he has an adamantium spine now.
Yeah, I know. He has adamantium spine. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, spoiler alert, Daredevil got shot while saving the Kingpin.
The kingpin. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Oh.
well, that's the spoiler alert for today.
It's gonna be.
it,
It is such a good show.
it is.
It's such a good show.
It's a welcome uh it's a welcome anime show. Plus this week I have so many anime. I finished Devil May Cry in one screening, all 8 episodes,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, I still have to
I'm
get on
getting
that one.
ideas for Rabbit's Foot's next image with the white rabbit. you
Oh,
know,
cool.
I remember when we were naming the bands Zod and I are using for my artists.
Hmm.
First was Days of Atonement. Then there
Hmm.
was Rabbit's Foot.
Rabbit's foot.
Yeah, it's a rabbit. It's a variation of the white rabbit. You know?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
In the Batman comics, the white rabbit was a lady.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think
Hmm.
they're using her anymore.
I don't think so.
Who was the writer? Scott Snyder utilized her in his stories back then, right?
Hmm.
Which is
Quick,
what?
quick question.
Mhm.
Have you checked out the Absolute series yet?
I checked out some issues, although
Yeah,
I haven't followed it
I'm here.
anymore.
I'm hearing a lot of good things about it. I want to. I'm going to go on YouTube and stuff. You know, like somewhere like Comics Explained or one of those comic channels and stuff. And I'm gonna check
Absolute
it out.
Batman is a real giant, and his costume is like a symbiote.
Wow. Yeah, I got to check it out. And I seen the image for Absolute Wonder Woman. They don't. A lot of people don't
Absolute
really care for that one too much, but they love like the rest of them. But I want to check them out
Absolute
because they
Wonder
have an
Woman
Absolute Green
is.
Lantern.
I haven't seen the Absolute Green Lantern. No,
Yeah, I just heard about
I
that one last night.
saw I saw the Absolute Wonder Woman with her costume was intense.
Really?
It was yeah, it's red armor without the flag. That's right. It's so
Um,
cool. She's wielding a broadsword.
okay.
You know the broadsword, just like Berserk.
Yeah. One of the long, wide swords. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, those heavy stuff that they use to
And I see she doesn't have her tiara.
smash. I think she does, but I can't
Oh, okay.
remember.
I
So
gotta
I'm
check it out.
forgetting.
The picture I saw, I
I'm
didn't see it.
forgetting
Okay.
again. Yeah,
Mm.
yes. I'm forgetful now.
Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And what else? The movies.
Mm.
Brawler is coming. The UFC movie that will be
Oh, from
directed
Zach.
by from Zack Snyder. And
Yeah,
get
that's gonna be
this, Donald Trump attended the UFC fight. I think last night
good.
or the other night, and it
Yeah,
was wild. And
yeah,
the timing of it: UFC, Zack Snyder,
yeah.
Donald
Mm-hmm.
Trump. What
Mm-hmm.
are they cooking?
Told ya it's coming.
It's coming. It's
Mm-hmm.
coming.
That's right. It's coming.
It's coming. It's coming.
And it's gonna be even
Yeah.
better than the other ones.
Yeah, I know. I know. So let's take a musical break and we'll
All
have
right.
the song from Dr. Qatar and Double A.
The way.
Clean, clean sheets.
Yeah, I've been running trying to hide my shame, feeling lost like I'm stuck in the rain. But you called my name, say come back home. No more fear, I'm not alone. If I confess you're faithful and true, you are my sins, make me brand new. No more chains, no more weight on my mind. Your grace is enough, now I'm feeling alive. If I fall down, you lift me up. I'm empty, you fill my cup. You're faithful, you clean my slate. Washed in your love, now it's not too late. If I confess, you make me new. No more stains, I'm shining through. I'm standing strong, no fear inside. Cause you're with me, I'm justified. I was lost, caught up in the lies, chasing shadows, wasting time. But your word cut through the dark. Now I'm healed, you've changed my heart. No stain too deep, no sin too wide. When I call your name, you're right by my side. Faithful and true, that's the promise you gave. I'm no longer bound, I've been saved. Hands up high, I'm claiming your grace. My past is gone, you've cleared the space. No more guilt, no more blame. I'm walking free in Jesus' name. Your mercy flows, now I'm whole. You broke the chains, took control. I fall down, you lift me up. When I'm empty, you fill my cup. You're faithful, you clean my slate. Washed in your love, now it's not too late. If I confess, you make me new. No more stains, I'm shining through. I'm standing strong, no fear inside. Cause you're with me, I'm justified. Hands up high, I'm claiming your grace. My past is gone, you've cleared the space. No more guilt, no more blame. I'm walking free in Jesus' name. Your mercy flows, now I'm whole. You broke the chains, took control. If I fall down, you lift me up. When I'm empty, you fill my cup. You're faithful, you clean my slate. Washed in your love, now it's not too late. If I confess, you make me new. No more stains, I'm shining through. I'm standing strong, no fear inside. Cause you're with me, I'm justified.
Yeah,
Clean slate, huh? Clean slate. I like that.
Clean Slate. That was
That's
one of
what I do.
my earliest songs, also.
I remember.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
And we have Sin Havoc in the chat. Well, well,
yeah. What's
well.
going on, Sin?
Yeah.
Well, well, well.
Well,
Go
well,
now. You know what
well.
to do. Go sound the alarm. Let them know that we on.
Yeah. And we've been talking about uh, lots of stuff.
Oh
Jesus in
yeah.
the Temple. We were talking about Batman Ninja. We were talking
Uh huh.
about Daredevil plus some songs, and it's
The
all
absolute
fun
series.
and the Absolute series. And Sinavok says, "What's up, Bishop Qatar?"
Hey, hey.
Well, vacation time for most people, not us actually.
Right.
It's a weekly thing. It's a week thing every year that some celebrate the Holy Week, starting in the
Absolutely.
Jewish celebration of the Passover up
Yes.
to Resurrection Sunday,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that's the stuff we're doing now.
Yes. And
And
happy
yes,
Passover to everybody.
yeah, happy Passover to those who believes in the Passover sacrifice.
Yes.
Plus, there's also another topic. Another topic. This is gonna be weird. How about wait? I'm gonna see the comment. So Sin says you're ready for total collapse. What will collapse? The building, the system? Who will
What
you
total
blame?
collapse?
Yeah, it will happen. It's coming actually. Those things we say collapse, total chaos, the change. It's inbound.
But
Everything is
hopefully,
coming.
hopefully, um, those who believe, all of us who are you know following the, hopefully the catching away will come before that. I hope.
I hope. You
That's
know,
what
it's
I'm praying for.
it's one of those hopeful things that we expect. And yeah, I know sin, economic collapse, global.
I
Well,
don't believe it. I don't
I
believe it.
think someone's gonna give way. Someone's gonna break.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't believe it's
yeah,
gonna collapse.
or the storm is arriving. Aurora Monroe is coming. The storm.
No, not my girl. Now she ain't coming. She's still at home. She chilling.
She's chilling. Yeah, I remember reading the X-Men comics way before the new X-Men.
Hmm.
Uh, she commands the cosmic storm, the cosmic wind. Aurora
That's see.
Monroe.
That's now. See now you touching on my subject now. See because my like I tell everybody my two favorite comic book heroines characters period are Wonder Woman and Storm. Storm.
Yes.
I love Storm not just because she's chocolate, but it's because of the power she wields. And she had. Do you know how much
Yeah.
control? Do you know how much self control you have to keep from
Oh yeah.
letting all that
Survive.
force?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
not letting it inside your head.
yeah, and you can sense everything
The power.
around you. She's almost like Mother Nature. I mean, she can sense anything around, and in space, so-called space. She, you know, for the comic books, we're gonna go ahead with the space. In space, she can control the solar weather, the solar winds,
The
and
solar
everything out there. She can
winds.
go to other planets and control their weather. It's
Hmm.
crazy.
So
Uh,
Sinavok says CBDC has begun. What's CBDC? Do you know what? I have no idea what
C
CBDC is.
C
CBDC,
C. I don't know,
digital
but
yuan euro launched already. Well, they're trying to pull down the dollar. Everything is about them. So
man,
biometric
you guys are
AI.
oh
What?
oh
Anyway, that's
biometric
why I
AI.
don't do
Listen,
biometric.
listen, Sin, listen, Sin. I'm gonna tell you something. Just like it, the Bible says, "So as it was in the day of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man." They're not doing anything that they haven't been doing for thousands of years. They are tampering with our DNA. They're trying to tamper with our DNA. They're trying to they're trying to corrupt God's creation. They're trying to do these things. So there's no surprise that this is going. I'm not. I've been. I know all about Project Blue Beam, all about Project High Jump, Dominic, all those. I've been studying those for years, and I'm not worried about it because see, the Creator of all things is in control of it all. Nothing is going to happen unless He allows it. So I'm not worried
Yeah.
about that. As long as I follow Him, I don't care what goes on down here because I know that I'm going to be right. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be safe because that's what He promised for those of us who believe. So I'm not worried about all that.
So
I
so
know. So
sin
I know all that's coming. I know the robotic age is coming. I know all about the digital. I know all about that, but I'm not worried.
so CBDC
And you,
is central bank digital currency. Thanks, Sin, for the info.
mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
They've been working on that for over 10 years. So
And of course, DNA was tampered long before the days of Noah, Nimrod, and Gilgamesh. This is
mm-hmm.
pre-flood era.
That's what I'm talking about.
Anyway,
That's
yeah,
what I'm talking about. They were
cool.
trying to pollute the bloodline because Satan was trying. You know, Satan, Lucifer, Lucy, the one that got kicked out of heaven because he thought he was Beyonce, and all these people wanted to follow him. That one, the one that's still thinking he's Beyonce and thinking that he's gonna rule, but he's a lie. That one, yeah,
Yeah,
he's
that
been trying
one.
to pollute. He was trying to pollute the bloodline of pre-flood. He was trying to pollute the bloodline of that the Lord was going to come through. That's what was the reason for the whole flood, to get rid
Mhm.
of all the abominations and things. That's what that was about. So, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's a good explanation, B. And
Thanks.
yes,
I love the way the Lord
everything
breaks it
is.
down to me, bro. I love the way He breaks it
Mhm.
down to me because He makes it so simple to me. He makes it so simple for me. I'm like, oh, what? Okay.
I know it's
I should have thought
simple.
of that. Mhm.
And I find it very hard to understand people who says otherwise.
Right. Because it's nothing but common sense. If you just think of it, it's like, wow, okay,
Yeah.
I get it. You know,
Anyway, music break time. We have a
yeah.
cover version of something I liked during the 80s. Cover
Oh,
version, but it's revised, totally
of
rewritten
course.
by me.
I think you know that there are revisions, but we can't do the exact song. You know, yeah,
No,
because
no,
yeah,
no.
record
Unless
companies get a
without
little slow.
it goes without the copyright strike. Anyway,
Right.
this
These so to look at these songs as like homages or you know like shout outs to that song. Put it like that.
yeah, yes. So this is from Days of Atonement. Listen to it.
Mm.
Shadows drift across the sky. Soft whispers ride the open air. Dreams that fade but never die, hanging weightless everywhere. I built a tower made of glass, watched it shimmer in the light, but every step I tried to take made it shatter overnight. Castles in the clouds, slipping through my hands, echoes lost in silver skies, footsteps in the sand. Dreams dissolve like vapor, fragile as a sigh, and I keep chasing shadows through the corners of the sky. Footprints fade along the shore, tides wash secrets out to sea. Every door I try to open leads me back to memory. I built a tower made of glass, watched it shimmer in the light, but every step I tried to take made it shatter overnight. Castles in the clouds, slipping through my hands, echoes lost in silver skies, footsteps in the sand. Dreams dissolve like vapor, fragile as a sigh, and I keep chasing shadows through the corners of the sky. Fade along the shore, tides wash secrets out to sea. Every door I try to open leads me back to memory. Golden lights upon the waves, stars that flicker then they're gone. I close my eyes to hold them near, but they slip into the dawn. Castles in the clouds, slipping through my hands, echoes lost in silver skies, footsteps in the sand. Dreams dissolve like vapor, fragile as a sigh, and I keep chasing shadows through the corners of the sky. High above the moonlit haze, lost between the night and day, I see your face, a fleeting trace, but the light just fades away. Castles in the clouds, slipping through my hands, echoes lost in silver skies, footsteps in the sand. Dreams dissolve like vapor, fragile as a sigh, and I keep chasing shadows through the corners of the sky. Shadows drift across the sky, lost between birds in the air. Dreams that fade but never die, castles floating everywhere.
And that was Castles in the Clouds, which is my homage to the old 1980s band The Colorfields with the late Terry Hall with his song Castles in the Air.
It's beautiful. It was really beautiful.
Actually, I have a version of Castles in the Air, which
Oh,
I didn't get a copyright strike, so but
oh,
for future
cool,
reference, yeah,
cool.
yeah. And we continue with what Sin is saying. There were at least three floods. Actually, that whole uh, chapters from Genesis 1 to at least 6 is very wide, right? It's
Well,
pre-flood. How many years
it's
was
pre-flood.
between uh, Adam, Noah, then Abraham? That's
It was
that was long. We
yeah,
do not know.
that was long between each of those. Yeah, hundreds of years.
It's
Um,
yes.
now, Sin, I know that there's probably information out there that says about three floods. I go by the word. It was only one in the word. So I don't put too much trust in what man talks about. I go by the word. I can't help it. I'm sorry. I don't agree with the three
Yeah, I
floods.
know.
I've heard of it before, but there's no evidence in the Bible of it. So
Mhm.
I'm strictly
Yeah.
I go. Listen, I was taught by my bishop, Bishop Dr. Willie R. Felton, AABSJD. I was taught by him. If it ain't in the
Uh-huh.
word, it
Didn't
ain't true.
happen.
It didn't happen. So
Plus, I'm quoting Duncan MacLeod. It's all about faith. We have
it
faith
is.
that,
It's all
yeah,
about faith. Now I do resign myself to the fact that I don't believe that there's only 66 books of the Bible. I do.
yeah.
That's just what man
I
stopped it
yes, I
at.
know.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Those
where man
other
stopped it at.
books are there.
Yeah,
If you,
the apocrypha. A lot of people discount the apocrypha because they say that they don't align up with the other scriptures. But I don't agree because I read the book of Adam and Eve. It was
mhm,
like just it was like taking the situation in the garden and just extending it, just telling what happened after the garden and everything, and talking
actually,
about Cain and Abel, and it rang
how to
true.
how to categorize the scriptures with the standards they set up with those many books. I mean, why does Mark chapter 16 uh, are missing some verses?
Yeah,
Because
because they're coming from, and I do get that because they're coming from different perspectives, and they're basically saying the same. They're like four different people explaining the same situation, but from their own perspective. So he might have just neglected to put that information in while other people's did. You know,
yeah,
so that's just a human thing. That's a human thing, but they do line up.
Sin
And
said you might want to read about tablets. Tablets,
what's what type of tablets? The
stone
I'm
tablets, wooden tablet, compute
right.
digital. And we have Sergeant Giratina in the
Hey,
chat. Good
Sergeant.
evening. How are you, man? It's
Yes, God bless you. Thanks for
nice to
coming.
hear. Yeah, thanks for coming. So you didn't hear what we had to say about Batman Ninja, Sergeant. Batman Ninja versus the Yakuza League.
Hmm.
Aquaman controls water.
Yeah, yeah, he does.
What Wonder Woman was the only Yakuza League that retained her heroic self. The others were Yakuza,
Really.
especially Karaku, the Superman, the Man of Steel.
Well, see, I
he
wouldn't
was
think.
you.
I don't know. She could. She could. She listen. Wonder Woman was around for thousands of years. She's been around
Yeah.
for thousands of years. That's a lot of fighting and a lot of different styles to learn. So that's why she's in DC. She's one of the, if not the best, hand to hand combat artist in the whole DC universe. Even
She
Batman said
keeps
that.
she keeps training with the Batman.
Yeah,
Batman
the
keeps
Batman
on.
said it himself. He said she's the
Yeah.
best melee fighter that he's ever seen.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
That's my girl. That's
Pl-
my sister.
Diana
Y'all see the hair?
Prince. Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
I miss the
that's my sister.
tiara.
Yeah. I
The
was over there
tiara.
on my table with my gauntlets. It's over there on the table.
Then there's something from we talked about just to refresh Sergeant. We talked about Daredevil, Born Again.
Yeah,
We talked
was
about
so sick.
yeah, so sick. I'm waiting for the Punisher to reappear.
Oh, he's gonna be in
So
the next episode, the
yeah,
last
episode
episode.
9.
Hmm.
Is that the last episode for the season
Yep,
or just a
yep.
mid season break? I thought
No,
uh
it's the last one for the season. But season two starts early next year,
yeah,
like
Daredevil
January, I think.
wearing
Yeah.
black. Daredevil wearing black is reminds me of Rex Smith
Oh man.
from
Yeah, I like the
from
black suit.
the Incredible Hulk, the trial of the Incredible Hulk TV. movie, TV film with Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno.
Oh,
That was classic.
yeah.
And in the Philippines, Rex Smith is famous for his song "Simply Jesse."
Ah, cool.
Yes.
You know what I was looking at earlier today? I
What?
was watching all of Wonder Woman's transformations from the TV show, from the beginning to the end. I watched all of her transformation. I do that from now to
Yeah.
now because it came up in my feed on YouTube that somebody had put a short up of her spinning, and it just took me right back there. I was like, I gotta watch it, so I watched all of them. I love it. I love it.
Sin Havoc says, "Look up the flood tablets."
The
Okay,
flood tablets.
that's
I'll look them up.
in Sergeant
I'll look them
Giratina
up.
says, "Trial of the Incredible Hulk was the movie debut of Kingpin and Daredevil." Yes, I know. I remember.
Hmm.
I remember. The one movie I didn't get to watch from the old Lou Ferrigno Hulk was the Death of the Incredible Hulk.
Oh
That
wow!
was
I don't think I saw
that's the
that
only
either.
movie I didn't. And Daredevil Born Again has been a slow burn.
It's good though.
Well, it's
And
good,
the
man.
reason for that was yeah, but the reason was that too because they had two sets of writers, and the second set, the good set, I guess, the one that's more showing all the action and stuff, whether are the ones that's finishing up the season. So that's why it's been getting good
That's
these last
why.
couple of shows, right? Because it was a slow burn. It
Another.
was like I'm like, because I got to a point myself. I was like, "Will you get in the suit already?
Hi, Sean
We want to see
Franklin.
you in the suit."
Welcome, Sean, to
Who's
the
that?
chat.
Oh, Sean. Hey,
Sean Franklin.
what's
Yes.
going on, Sean? God bless you. Thanks for coming through.
Yes. And how are you, Sean? Sean. Okay, now I forgot what I'm on what I was gonna say.
Oh, my bad.
Man. Oh yeah. I remember my friend was asking here in the Philippines about Andor. I think
Oh,
season one. So season two will be on what month?
I don't know, but
Is
it's
it?
coming soon.
Yeah, it's coming soon. So
I enjoyed Andor season one. I really did.
season one of Andor was a slow burn for me.
It
That's
was,
that's yeah, it was.
but it paid off though.
And a new hashtag from Sin Havoc. Bishop stole Daredevil's suit.
If I could fit it, I would. With the
I
hair.
like the black armor. I like the black armor Daredevil suit that was uh, drawn by
You talking about the one with
well,
the red accents?
yeah, the one
Yeah,
drawn by Scott McDaniel
yeah. Where it
and
got
Sean.
the two double D's that's in red on his chest.
Yeah,
I know what you.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's sick. Yeah.
Sean Franklin says, "I do good. My birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Sean! A shout
Well,
out,
hold on.
Sean. Happy birthday.
Happy
Go,
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Sean Franklin."
Sean. Happy birthday, hey, to you, to you. Happy birthday.
So that's for Sean Franklin.
Yeah,
And
happy
Sinab
birthday, Sean.
says, Andor season 2 comes out in 2 weeks. That's
Oh, cool.
something to look forward to. Also, happy belated birthday, Sean Franklin from
Yeah,
Sinhavoc and Sergeant
yeah,
Giratina. Happy belated birthday to.
Happy belated, man.
Yeah. Go subscribe to Sean Franklin at his YouTube channel. Thank you, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
Sean says thank you. You're welcome, man. Anytime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if y'all not subscribed to our channels, go on over there and subscribe to us too.
Yeah. So another song from JOEDEN music. This
So
is
what we got?
it's a worship song
Oh, I love it.
from it's called Abba Father, but it's also a revision. This is from
Ooh,
originally from Vineyard Music, and this is my version.
I
Listen
heard it.
to.
Yeah.
Abba Father, my loving Father, I lift my heart to you. In your presence I am whole. Abba Father, my soul is yours. You formed the stars and breathed the sky, yet you still hear my every cry. Your grace surrounds me, holds me near. In your love I have no fear. You formed the stars and breathed the sky, yet you still hear my every cry. Your grace surrounds me, holds me near. In your love I have no fear. Abba Father, my loving Father, I lift my heart to you. In your presence I am whole. Abba Father, my soul is yours. When shadows rise and doubts draw near, you are the light that calms my fear. Your mercy floods the deepest night. In your arms I find my life. No fear can stay where love remains. You are the light that calms my fear. Your mercy floods the deepest night. In your arms I find my life. No fear can stay where love remains. Your peace will heal my every pain. Your faithfulness will never fade. Forever I will sing your name. Abba Father, my loving Father, I lift my heart to you. In your presence I am whole. Abba Father, my soul is yours. Abba, 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 forever I am yours. Abba, 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 forever I am yours. Wherever I'm yours.
Yeah. That was
Can,
Abba Father.
can you imagine just sitting on the hills of glory
Yeah, I know. Just
and
singing,
just hearing that
praising,
kind of music?
worshiping. Yeah.
And imagine the stuff that we hear down here is nothing like the music we're going to hear up there.
Yeah, I know.
The sounds, the
The,
smells, the tastes, the feeling, the presence. Ah, like you said, the
the,
half has
the
not even been
presence
told.
is the presence is the most exciting part. We cannot
Yeah,
help but worship and praise Him when we go to
yeah,
heaven.
of course. To be able to walk up to the animals, any animal, a lion, a giraffe, anything, and just touch them without any fear, just to
Yeah.
pet them. You know, you can run your fingers through the lion's mane and don't have no fear. To just to be able to dive into the river without worrying about drowning. To just it's the half has not been told. That's what the world says.
Yeah. Yes, and words cannot really describe what we're about to see when we go face to face with our Lord.
Mm,
Yeah,
we're not ready.
we're not
Just like
ready.
they ain't ready for One Punch Man, we
Ah,
are not
yes,
ready for
I
the.
remember One Punch Dan. I need to share this image for
Oh, okay.
One Punch
What you got?
Dan. So, movie poster time.
Yeah,
Movie
let's get it.
poster. There it is.
Ah,
This is the
yeah,
One Punch Man movie poster. He's trying to
that
save
is so
her
dope.
life,
That's one of them.
even
Yeah,
though they are enemies. That's Isage
yeah,
with One Punch Dan.
that is so dope.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
one of
dope.
the posters. The
Now, do you
incoming
see the quality?
posters.
Can you see the quality? Because that right there is an actual scene from the movie.
Yeah,
That's
it's
just
so
not a
so
movie
good.
poster. That's taken from the movie. You see how good they look.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
That's
have
how. That's the
another
quality.
one.
That's the quality of the whole movie.
So I have another one to share. The
Uh
other
oh.
poster. Uh oh.
Get. Uh oh. Which one?
The real promo with image One Punch Dan on
Yeah.
4K.
Absolutely.
You notice there's One Punch Dan, there's the Jackal, there's
Mm-hmm.
Isage, there's
Mm-hmm.
Pretty Punch,
Mm-hmm.
there's Doctor Katard, there's
Uh-huh.
Cyborg Zombie,
Mm-hmm. And
there's a
the partners in
Cyborg,
justice.
the Partners in Justice, and who's this guy? One Punch Dan, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this movie, honestly.
Man, I'm so stoked. I am so excited. Oh, you haven't seen. I'm gonna send them to you later.
Yeah, yeah,
After the
send it to
stream,
me.
the pictures that he did of me and Josh. Oh, and we fighting robots. Oh,
Yeah, those are nice uh, poster-like quality,
no, yeah,
and yeah, One Punch Dan has been reshooted
yeah. There's been some
with
reshoots. You
yeah
know,
new
like
technology.
James Gunn said he would never do. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, James Gunn is a liar.
of course he is. Yes, but
Yeah,
he
and
could
I'm
never.
not gonna play Johnny Poo now. I'm not gonna play Gunfire now. It's today is supposed to be sacred.
Yeah, yeah. We can't be throwing shade today.
And you remember what one of our original theme music opening songs for Fate and Comics. The second one was
Oh yeah,
Heaven Heaven on Their Minds by
having
Dr.
on their
Zoll.
minds.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was the second
I
opening
love
theme
that song
for
too.
Fate and yeah. And this version I'm going to show you is from your favorite Bishop, Deadline Zero.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
let's hear it.
love it.
My mind is clearer now. At last I see too well where we all are heading soon to be. If you strip away the myth from the man, you will see where we all soon will be. Jesus, you started to believe the things they say of you. You really do believe this talk of God is true, and all the good you've done could soon be cast away. You've begun to matter more than the words you say. Listen, Jesus, I don't like what I see. All I'd ask is that you hear me. And remember, I've stood beside you all this time. You have set their hearts on fire. They think they found a new Messiah, but they'll turn on you when they change their mind. I remember when this all began. No talk of God, then you were just a man. And trust me, my respect for you remains. But every word you speak today gets twisted, bent some other way, and they'll strike you down if they think you've lied. Now sure look, your name is known, but it should have stayed unknown. Like your father carving wood, that life for you was just as good. Tables, chairs, and crafted chests would have suited you the best. You'd have harmed nobody, kept from alone. Listen, Jesus, do you care for your own? Can't you see we must not stand alone? We are rude and crushed. Have you forgotten how oppressed we are? I am shaken by the crowd. This is growing much too loud, and they'll break us if we push too far. If they push too, listen, Jesus, to this warning I give. Please remember, I want us to live. But it's sad to see our chances fading by the hour. All your followers are blind, too much heaven on their minds. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, but now it's sour. Yes, it's all gone sour. Listen, Jesus, to the warning I give. Please remember, I want us to live. Come on, he won't listen to me. Come on, he won't listen to me. Come on. He won't listen to me.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
cele- in celebration of the Holy Week.
Amen.
That
Amen.
was uh, Deadline Zero. And Sin Havoc says, "Can you believe this spawned from me making fun of Batman fighting in supermarkets?" Oh,
Right.
so that's the whole story. That's the
Right.
whole story.
And it evolved into an epic story, man. It just it's crazy to see where it came from.
And you haven't seen anything yet. The major
Oh,
plot, you haven't seen the story that it
yes.
involves each one of our characters,
Yeah, he's been real close to the
especially
cuff.
Sin. Sin Havoc
Yeah.
has a major character.
Oh, sin. Yes. You are gonna be
Yeah,
serious.
he was going to be sick.
Yes.
Yes. And I have to dedicate this next song to Sin Havoc. This, of course, is the Pharaoh cut of Reign of Greed from Black Grave.
Give it to him. You know he loved it. He loves that he loves the metal. Give it
He
to him.
loves the metal, man. This is the Pharaoh cut. I changed the lyrics. I changed the lyrics a bit so it will
All
fit
right.
into the narrative.
Yeah.
City lights burn, but the people freeze. Empty promises ride the evening breeze. They're selling lies, stacking up their greed. Reign of greed, reign of greed, reign of greed, reign of greed. As bosses sit like pharaohs on their thrones, their lackeys entertain them with a show. No bread and butter while the empire grows. Reign of greed, reign of greed, reign of greed, reign of greed. Have you seen the signs? Do you sleep awake? They own us, but their world depends on us. Reign of greed, reign of greed, reign of greed, reign of greed. Have you seen the signs? Do you sleep awake? They own us, but their world depends on us. Reign of greed, reign of greed, reign of greed, reign of greed.
Yeah.
Mm.
Reign of
That that
greed.
that that was really good.
Hey,
That was
hey,
an
hey.
outtake, man. Hello, Zod. How are you?
What's
Well,
up?
hello, guys. Hello.
What's, what's
I,
going on, man?
what's going on? I thought you were with Yolanda.
Yeah. Well, I was, and then I wasn't, and then I was, and then I wasn't. So but that I mean the music, yeah, man, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna give Bishop the copies of my earlier playlist so he can listen to some of it.
Yeah, because you know he put out like 13 songs a minute, so
Yeah, yeah.
it's,
You put out tons and tons of music.
it's hard to
Yeah,
catch up.
it's therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
Well, you found your niche,
it's
which is good.
yeah,
Yeah, I found my niche.
absolutely.
Plus, and I found my audience.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yes,
So how are
yeah, this
you, Zod? We're talking about Uh,
I'm good.
One Punch Dan.
Yeah,
You were talking.
I'm working on One Punch Dan nonstop. You know, I'm getting a little help though on the side, getting a little input, Yolanda has been kind enough to give me her input on certain things, certain characters, certain aspects of the movie. And it's interesting, getting a female perspective on all of this, because this is, you know, I don't want to say that One Punch Dan is a totally male centric story, because it really
No,
isn't. I mean,
no.
it's definitely a very diverse storyline with a lot of, um, with a good mixture of, male and female characters, and of course,
Mhm.
the main villain being, female, half cyborg, half AI. But I had a nice conversation today with regards to Isaga's motivations and the various aspects of that character. And it's just nice to, get a little bit of a different perspective, being this deep into the process, because right now I am fully invested in creating the best possible movie that you guys would ever want to watch. I want this movie to be so good, and I want it to stand on its own, apart from everything else that, because somebody had made a comment to me about, so you're basically making your version of the Avengers. And I said, well, no, I'm not making my version of
No,
the Avengers.
The
nothing
Uh,
Avengers.
like the
this
Avengers.
is this is this is far from anything from the Avengers. This is so many different film genres. This is so many different things. So much more story, so much more intrigue, so much more diversity as far as characters. I just it's hard for me to, to explain it all to people, when people say things like that, I have a tendency to want to get really, deep about it, and I really want to start going into some of the more spiritual aspects of the story, some of the
Yeah, but
more.
that will be spoilers.
Right, and
Right.
I tend to I just kind of cringe when I hear things like that, because I say, well, no, this is not your typical superhero movie fare. This is not about, anything like that. This is not Avengers kind of thing.
No.
And then somebody had said, well, is not Issa Gay like an Ultron level, you know,
No.
Avengers type threat? And I said, well, no, Isage is not that. She's much different than that. She's not just a female, she's not a female knockoff of Ultron in any way, shape, or
No
form.
way.
She is her own diverse character, and she has a very unique backstory. And she is
Yeah.
very much a she is a global threat, but it is more so, it is more psychological, and it is more geared directly towards the characters, towards the other characters in the film. So
Yeah.
there's a lot going on there, and so I kind of, I tend to want to answer those kinds of criticisms, and when I get those kinds of questions, it intrigues me, because I always want to tell people, well, no, I'm not doing anything about the Avengers. There's no Avengers. This is on an entirely different level. The look of the film is nothing like the Avengers. If
The
anything,
Avengers.
if you want to compare it to anything that we have right now, at least in terms of look and my desire to make it stylized in a way that I am happy with. If you want to compare it to anything, you could compare it to Zack Snyder in a lot of ways, in terms of the way that it is done visually,
I was
because
gonna
I
say
am
Rebel Moon.
because I am going for a very unique visual style, and I am not trying.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying. directly compare it to Zack Snyder. What I'm
No, no,
saying is,
no.
in terms of just the just the visual
Theatrical.
freedom, the visual freedom that Zack Snyder expresses when he does a film. This is exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing my version of visual freedom because there's
Yeah.
nobody because I do not want. I'll be able to answer any questions by the when the movie's all said and done. I'll be able to sit there and say, "Well, yeah, because this is exactly what my vision for this movie is. It is not anything other than what my vision truly is for this movie." So, yeah,
It's really gonna be sickening. And the fact that you got, I love the fact that you got Yolanda's opinion on Isage, because you're a guy, and you can get
You're
a
a
true
guy.
female's
She's a
perspective,
girl.
right? Well, yeah, and she can give you the truth, like what she would be thinking, what her emotions would be right about then, to give you a deeper understanding of what she would be going through in a situation like that. That's
well,
cool.
one of the things that stood out to me was the way that she sort of she appreciates the way that I am demonstrating, you know, the the manipulation aspect of Isage, the way that
Mhm.
she will use the manipulation, the way she can manipulate her father, the way she can manipulate Dr. Qatar, the way she can manipulate other
And
characters. She has a way of being able to, because she knows what
the
she
bishop is the
represents.
father.
She knows what she is. So
Yeah,
she
I'm her
can
father.
so she can manipulate on many, many, many different ways. And
Mhm.
being half human and half AI cyborg, she is intelligent. She's more intelligent than the average human would be. She knows
Mhm.
what tricks to pull. She knows when to use her femininity. She knows when to be aggressive. She knows when to dial it back. She knows just what to do. And
Mhm.
it was a very interesting conversation talking about the character of Isage because she's going to be so unique. And like
Yeah,
I almost say, like when I was talking to you, Bishop, and I said, well, she's going to be as iconic as Darth Vader. I
yeah.
don't think I
Yeah.
was wrong because I think she's
Mm-mm.
essentially going to be. She's a very complex character,
And
both all morally,
yeah,
spiritually, and emotionally. She is very
yeah.
complex. So
So
And
Sin
what a lot
Havoc
of people,
says One Punch Dan is totally different than the Avengers. That's
totally,
without a doubt,
totally.
totally.
And it's just it's nothing like the Avengers. It's nothing like the Avengers. It's a unique story. And there's another thing of another aspect to Isage that people don't realize either. She does have a dormant divine nature in her, but
Yeah.
because of what she's going through right now, it's dormant right now. But it is in her because she is my daughter, the bishop's daughter, and we
right.
are
And
divine.
Right.
she
She
has
has this innate ability.
she has divine
Yeah.
spiritual energy. She has a
Mhm.
divine spiritual aura that you guys are
Mhm.
going to see in the film that's
Mhm.
popping up a lot now that I'm able
Yeah,
to manipulate visual effects in ways that I wasn't able to
Yes.
do before.
y'all not ready. Y'all not ready.
Gonna see you're gonna see things with Isage that are gonna be quite fascinating. Again,
Fascinating.
I tell people all the time that Isage, bar none, is my favorite character in the film
Yeah,
because she is so complex, so deeply layered, has so much going on. You can't say that she's good because she does a lot of nasty, crazy things in the movie.
yeah,
You can't
She's a good
say
villain.
that she's purely evil either. She's
because she's
very, very thoughtful and very, very meticulous in the things that she does, and everything
almost
that
surgical.
even the most disgusting or despicable acts that she does, everything that she does in the movie, she has a
It's
purpose. She
disgusting.
has a reason for doing it. She has a motivation. and she sees the logic in everything that she does. So if she does something, it's deliberate, and that's what I love about Isage. There's so much about her that just, it's like, yeah, she's very emotional because she knows how to play up the emotion to the right people. She knows how to talk to her daddy. She knows how to talk to Dr. Qatar. She knows how to deal with an
She
adversary
knows.
like One
Everyone
Punch Man.
knows.
She is not someone that she knows how to emotionally manipulate Mikey in the movie. She is very much in tune with everybody's emotions because she knows the human mind and she knows how to manipulate her way around it. She can put her digital fingers into things and tie that into her spirituality and play
You
upon that. So
you
it's
know
it's a lot.
that kind of what character that kind of reminds me of, N- with like the manipulation aspect of it. Q
Doctor Doom.
Q from
Yeah.
Star
Ah,
Trek.
Yeah,
Star
but
Trek.
more, yeah, but far more, but far more manipulative than
Yeah.
even Q, because Q is very manipulative, but
Oh,
Isage has this level that she can go to that is just it's incredible to me. Like there's a scene in the movie where she is talking directly to she projects herself. She's not with One Punch Dan in the scene, but she projects herself to One Punch Dan. And One Punch Dan literally thinks that she's in his head because of the way she is there and she's manipulating and she's talking to him almost like she's taunting him, but in a very playful way. That's another thing Isage is very good at. She's very good
Man.
at playful manipulation that on the surface doesn't seem like much, but if you look at it, it's very, very deep, and she knows exactly what she's doing.
sickening.
And
Just
it,
Mental battle,
I
just like
can't wait.
Sinel.
I cannot wait to see how her character is going to be received because I think she's a hell of a character.
Yeah.
And like I said, I
Mm.
love I love being able to get different perspectives on the character, and I just feel like getting Yolanda's perspective and a couple other female friends of mine getting perspectives on Isage. It's very good because they. And it's like I did have a friend of mine. She messaged me. She had DM'd me about Isage, and she said, "I think Isage, out of everything that you've released so far, I think Isage is going to be my favorite character. I love the look of her. I love the way that."
She's methodical,
And
just
I'm
like
like,
Sinel
yeah,
says.
and I agree. And there's a lot. And I will say, Sin Havoc, your character has
Yeah.
one scene in the movie with Isage, and it is a mind-blowing scene. I'm
Oh
just
my
going
God.
going to put
I'm
it
so
out, put it
excited.
out there. You have one scene. Your character has this one scene with Isage, and it is a beautiful scene. It's actually like I think if you freeze frame it, it could almost be art, like a
Yeah.
Zack Snyder shot because it is so cool. It's one,
But
Zack
I'm
one of my
upset
Snyder
because I haven't seen it
is
either.
the
one of my, I
blueprint.
know you haven't seen it. Nobody has seen it, and that's by design.
No.
I'm not intending to leak it, but it is a phenomenal scene. There's very little dialogue, but it is a very powerful sequence, and
You're welcome, Sin.
yeah, Sin is awesome. He is
Yeah.
awesome.
Grogu says, I'm jealous in
He is
heaven.
awesome. He is
Ah,
awesome. I mean, he is like, it is so great, and Sin Havoc is just like, it's great because it's almost like everybody that interacts with Isage as a character is mesmerized by her in some way, except One Punch Dan. One Punch Dan isn't impressed at all because he's
One
just
punch
looking.
down
He
will
just looks
punch
at
you.
Isage. Yeah, he just looks at Isage as just a threat, as something that needs to be removed. But to everyone else in the movie, she is in some way, shape, or form. She has the way to almost spellbind the people she's interacting with, and it's kind of her mission throughout to soften up One Punch Dan to that degree because she wants One Punch Dan to see her differently. So it's kind of so it really is fascinating. And
See you
even
later,
One Punch
Grogu.
Man and all of his oh, she's just a machine, she's just a problem, she needs to be removed, and all of his
That's
struggles
not
with
Ultron.
Issachar. He still sees her as something that even he is going to eventually realize that there's good and that she is not something that needs to be destroyed. She's just misguided, and there's things about her that need to change, but that he doesn't necessarily need to eliminate her. And even he's going to start to see that. So there's things that I mean, it's just so fascinating. But the whole movie at its core revolves around the character of Isage.
Sick.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
that's
sick.
not Ultron.
No,
No,
not at
no,
all.
nothing.
Ultron. If I'm going to compare Ultron to Isage, I mean
You can't.
that's like comparing Darth Vader to Duckwing Duck. I
Right.
Darkwing
mean,
Duck.
there's just no real
Let's
comparison
get
because
dangerous.
One Punch Man is so because Ultron is so one dimensional. His motivations in the movie were so stupid. He could have been brilliant for like an AI that
Yeah,
wanted to
he could have
prove
been brilliant.
superiority. He could have been phenomenal. They could have went the intellectual route with Ultron, but they didn't, and that prevented Ultron from becoming all iconic like he could have. Whereas with Isage, there's so much to her character. There's
Yeah,
so many layers. Not only that, she does have a human past. She's a real human being. She had a real life before she
Mm,
became what she
yeah,
became. So she
yeah.
is not. So there's a lot of things. Her humanity is still there, even though it's very,
yeah.
very fractured. It's
It's
still
dormant. Yeah.
yeah, yes.
Anyway, let's take a music break for a while. This
All
is
right.
a techno music style song called Tears on the Ground.
Eyes dry from crying, hearts running cold. Soul poured out on the ground, stories left untold. Echoes in the empty streets, shadows in the night. Mothers holding fading hands, no more strength to fight. Tears on the ground, falling deep, falling hard. Echoes of pain in the dark. We're lost in the ashes, drowning in sound. Lord, are we too far down? Tears on the ground. Tears on the ground. Cries for breath, nothing left, fainting in the cold. Silent faces in the dark, hearts turning old. Broken walls falling from the shadows stretch and fade. Lord, is the mercy left to find, or are we to betray? Tears on the ground, falling deep, falling hard. Echoes of pain in the dark. We're lost in the ashes, drowning in sound. Lord, are we too far down? Tears on the ground. Tears on the ground. Tears on the ground. Whispers in the static, broken cries. Lost beneath the city lights, echoes screaming through the night. Tears on the ground. Tears on the ground. Tears on the ground, falling deep, falling hard. Echoes of pain in the dark. We're lost in the ashes, drowning in sound. Lord, are we too far down? Tears on the ground. Tears on the ground. Tears on the ground. Echoes in the dark, lost beneath the sound.
Yeah, that was fire.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah. Good night, Brogu.
Yes, sir.
That was Barbara BC with my techno song.
A very clubby song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know because if you would like, there's a scene in One Punch Dan where I could put that song if you would like me to use it in the movie. Just let me know.
Sure. Sure.
All right,
Sure. I'll send it.
send me the
MP.
the wave file,
Yeah, the wave file.
and
Okay. So,
I'll throw it in the movie.
all right.
Oh, that'll be sick.
I think you'll have to email it to me,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you know how to email me, so just email it to me, and I'll throw it in the movie. I'll throw it in the movie. In fact, yeah, just throw it. You throw it to me, and I'll use it. You'll see. It'll
That's
definitely
gonna
Sin
be
be.
so
Havoc
sick.
said
It's a
you
good
should
song.
use
It's a
that
good
song
song.
during a fight scene.
Yeah,
Right.
actually, Sin Havoc, you hit the nail on the head. There's a sequence with uh, with Pretty Punch that I think would be perfect for that song. So
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was thinking that the entire song, the entire time the song was playing, and since Joden Music is this is a Joden Music film,
Yeah.
a Joden Music Productions Inc. film, I think it's only fitting that well, all the music in the movie is Joden music, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So
That's so
Yeah.
sick. Yeah, that was a cool song.
it's so nice to see to see you guys collaborating and doing a lot of music and stuff, and again this whole Joden music thing is taking on this becoming this big entity, and and I'm very appreciative of it because I love the two of you and I think you guys are awesome, and you guys are
Oh,
doing
thanks, man.
such great work,
Thanks.
Yeah.
so
It's got a cyberpunk and wipeout game
mhm.
kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but no,
It's
but
nice
it's going to be great Sin Havoc for this particular
scene.
pretty punch fight scene that I have in mind. I think it'll be wonderful.
How to
Actually,
convert wave.
And I want to take the time to
you
thank
don't
I
have
need
to
to
you don't even
convert.
have to convert it. You can go right into the program and download the wave directly
Okay.
because the wave file is available. The same place that you downloaded the MP3 from, the
Hmm.
wave is available. You can download the wave version.
Yeah. Let's check it out.
The wave version is just better quality for well, it's better quality overall because it's actually the raw file. So that's why I
Oh.
always download the waves and I use the wave files whenever I release the songs
I see.
or when I use the songs songs in the movie. I download the wave files to use the songs in the movie. And then when I'm sending the songs to people, you send them the MP3 because the
Mm,
MP3 is a more convenient file format for sending it to people for distribution.
Right. Well, we
okay.
want to take the. I want to take the time to thank you too, Zod. You're the reason why we're so inspired.
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
working with
That's
you and stuff.
gonna
It
be
just opened
awesome.
up our creativity as well. You know, so we thank
It's a big creative process, and like I said, man, this was so cool. The to have such a
Yeah.
creative executive branch on the
You are.
side of One Punch Dan. I just feel like it's going to be great because again,
Is
we're creating a cinematic universe here. Go.
you.
What were you saying, Qatar?
I was using another monitor and my system is hanging. The other one, the one in this spot.
Oh, okay.
I have two monitors, right? I'm using. I'm so I'm geeking out on
Yeah,
doing
I
this.
have a separate monitor set up for when I play my video games and shit. I've got a separate thing there for
Yeah,
that, and then everything else is on my main monitor.
yeah. Yes.
So while I'm
My main one
waiting for
is
footage
I
or
streaming.
have a
whatever,
phone.
yeah, I know. You're
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
we
yeah.
know you have a
It
phone.
still amazes me how you do even 1/10 of the things that you do with your phone. Because I could just
Yeah,
imagine trying to do any of the stuff that I do with the phone. I would be killing myself. I'd be like, how is this even possible? But
the edits you use
if
for
your phone, is the
come
main
and
thing
get
that you
some.
use, and you're used to it, and it's the you get used to how
Yeah,
things are on your phone, like anything else. So that must be how it is, because
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
couldn't imagine. I mean, I
yeah.
need a big screen to be able to do the shit that I'm doing. I just can't.
Mhm.
I just couldn't imagine trying to
The big,
edit one
the
punch
bigger
stand on a
screen is
phone.
here.
I'd
This
be
is a
going nuts.
laptop.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
easy.
it just would be ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
I don't
Well, I
know.
thank God for giving me the skill to do it. So, you know,
Yes.
and a good phone.
Uh, and a good phone.
Yeah,
And amazingly, your phone is better than the one you use
I,
since.
I actually think though, Bishop, if you got a tablet, that would help you out
yeah,
tremendously. Just
yeah,
from a visual perspective, you could see things a little bit bigger, and you could, because
yeah.
they've got some really nice tablets out there
I
that are
know.
like,
It
yeah,
forces you
I
to be more
know.
creative
yeah.
since
Well, there you go.
Sinhava.
Yeah,
Sinhava.
Yeah,
more
yeah.
creative and more creatively straining on your eyes. That's I mean,
Well, actually, for me
This
and
is
my
how
eye
Bishop
condition,
reads.
it's more relaxing for my eyes. It's strange.
Really? That's strange.
Mhm.
That's a bit strange.
Well, because see, the only reason I'm this far back from right now is because I want y'all to see me because I'm usually like this. So
Blame Bishop's phone. The blame game is on.
you know what, Sin, we're not gonna do this tonight.
We're not going to the blame game. Tariffs for
I'm coming to
blame
your
the
house.
tariffs.
I'll find you.
Blame the cookies. What what's the other blame?
Blame Bishop for the tariffs. Blame
Yeah,
blame the
blame
vegan
Bishop.
cookies.
Vegan cookies.
I ain't studying habit.
Yeah. Anyway, we're waiting for Sinhava to make his movie debut.
you guys,
Right.
when you see
Oh,
the Sin Havoc's scenes in the movie are really great. Sin Havoc, I I can't wait for you guys to see the redone
oh.
scene that I made with uh Sin Havoc in Jesus's Roman
You
days,
redid.
Uh,
Wait a minute. You redid that whole scene.
And
they
Jesus
they,
and
they
the orb and
You re-
all of the oh
he
yeah,
remade
that's all done, that's all different. That's not
Bishop's phone is sentient.
It's really it's very cinematic.
oh my God.
I It's even more powerful than it was initially in the Heaven on Their Minds video that I did. So
Y'all don't
Yeah, I
understand.
know.
See,
I
he's
know.
come over. He's
I did that extended version of Heaven on Their Minds
yeah,
yeah.
with the former opening
I
of
told you over 80% of the movie is being remade because of the new technology and the new aesthetics
Oh,
and things that I have. So
I'm telling y'all, y'all
80%.
not ready because the quality of it
We're
now,
not ready.
you're
We're not
not.
ready.
When you see the quality of it now, the old stuff he was doing when he first started was spectacular, but that like how did you give the example? It's like going from like Nintendo 3 to like Nintendo, like
it's
PlayStation
like
5,
going,
6.
yeah, it's like going from original Nintendo to PlayStation 5. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like there's really a leap in
It
quality
is.
beyond, especially from a cinematic perspective, because I have access to camera types, lens types,
Man,
I can move the camera in any way that I
Lighting.
or
choose.
better
I have
cinematography.
control. I have control of lighting. I have control of uh there's going to be there's there's color grading that I'm going to have access to. We're talking all of the tools that you need for a big budget, high quality cinematic epic superhero blockbuster, and that's exactly what we're getting here.
Oh,
It is so great that I am that I you know it's going to be in 4K when it gets released. By the way, it's going to be the first 4K
Cinema.
video on my YouTube channel. It's going to be available in 4K. It's going to be available on 4K Blu-ray because I'm going to get it made even if I have to get it pressed myself. It is going to be available for sale. There is going to be a so
Cinema on.
there'll be a Blu-ray version. There'll be a 4K Blu-ray version. There'll be a Blu-ray version, and I think there'll even be a DVD version. There'll even
mm,
be and then of course there'll be the digital version because it'll
mm.
always be available for free. But for those that want a physical copy, you'll have an option to get one. So
I'm getting
it's
one.
it's it's gonna
This,
really be something to behold when you guys have a chance to see it. Like I said, I'm working on it daily, and I set little goals for myself where I have to basically at least complete one scene per day in order for me to be happy. I've got to at least because each scene that I conclude means that a portion of the movie is done. So I can
yeah,
keep, so I can get, and I'm doing this for everything. There's very few scenes that I'm keeping from the previous uh, programs I was using.
Oh,
Very few. So that's why I say over 80% of it is going to be completely different, overhauled in terms of
yeah.
cinema quality and the way that it looks. But there are some scenes that I still like the way that they look, the way that they are, and they will stay the way that they are in the final film. But
mm,
for the most part, I mean, redoing everything that's been redone, it's paid off in spades, and it looks 1,000 times better. So
So the first trailer will be on May, right?
in May, yes, yes, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
ah,
All right.
That'll be the first trailer. I actually floated the idea, and I talked to Yolanda about this. I was like, I'm thinking about taking down all of the old material that I released for this movie, just taking it all down
Yeah.
because the look of the movie is so much better and so much more cinematic now that I don't even need that material anymore because that material really is no longer representative of what the movie actually is.
right.
Now that trailer that's coming out in May is going to be the true representation of what this movie will be. So for me, all that
This.
other stuff is just like preliminary extra bonus material that people can go back and look at as the learning
Yeah.
process, and they can see
Right.
how far it's
Storyboard.
come, and you'll be able to look at it and say, wow, he sure came a long way from. So that's really the only reason justification I have for leaving it up. Well, that and the fact that none of it barely got any views anyway, so it's not like anybody really looked at it. But the fact of the matter is, it's not that none of it is really a representation of the movie anymore. The
Yeah.
movie is going to be so different
It's gonna
from
be
what it
fire.
started out as. It's going to be fire. Oh my god.
It's gonna be
Yes,
fire. And Sin
absolutely.
Havoc says documentary for One
Yeah, yeah,
Punch
yeah,
Man.
yeah, exactly. All that will be in the behind the scenes documentary. I'm gonna tell you something else in Havoc. There's something else I'm working on, and see this is an exclusive for Faith and Comics because see Faith and Comics actually cares about One Punch Dan. We have the executive branch over here, but I did tell One Punch Dan himself about this, so I might as well tell you guys about this too.
What you
what's
got?
happening is I'm also doing behind the scenes footage for One
Oh,
Punch Man. Now I don't know. I don't know what the best way to describe that is to you, but I'm basically going to describe it like this. What it essentially is it's essentially you guys acting as your characters
that,
on the set of One Punch Man. There's literally a scene of me standing next to Qatar, essentially directing you on, interacting with Isage. Isage is standing there, you're standing there, and I'm basically directing you on, for the scene. So there's gonna be behind the scenes material. And trust
Put
me
it
when
like
I tell
this.
you, trust me when I tell you, it's scary how realistic it looks. I
Let
actually sat there and got a little nervous because I said, this is going a little bit too far. Because when I look at this, it's like, that feeling when the what's the saying, when you feel the feeling of somebody walking on your grave.
yeah, man.
It's like that. It's like a feeling of that, and it's like a feeling of deja vu. Like it actually happened. Like it happened somewhere. It just didn't happen here. And I'm basically pulling it from wherever it did happen and bringing it into light here. Because I'm literally standing on the set with you, and you are talking to Isage, and you're smiling and looking like yourself. Qatar, you're on the set. It is beautiful. And I'm just like, you know what? And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do like a whole behind the scenes documentary, and I'm going to make it, and it's going to be like a bonus feature for the movie when the movie comes out.
and guys, I had no idea.
Man.
You're
Yeah,
full of
yeah, yeah,
surprises,
really, yeah,
Mr.
really. The only one who's seen it was Yolanda. She saw it because she was actually here, so she saw it.
Yolanda.
So
But
it's okay. So you mean to tell me, for those to put it in perspective for everybody, for those of y'all who remember Thriller and the making of Thriller, that's
Mhm.
what this is like. He's doing the
Mm.
movie, and then he's making the making of the movie, but it's with AI. This is gonna be so sick. Oh my
right,
god!
right, you guys are actually there. You're on the set. You're performing, but it's so bizarre. I was even thinking about it in terms of, like, because I was watching the behind the scenes footage for, like, on, like, BVS and Zack Snyder's Justice League, how they showed, like, Superman and Henry Cavill and the green screen, and they're showing Zack
A movie
moving
within
around and doing, yeah, and that's what I'm doing. I'm like showing like a green screen, and Qatar is standing by the green screen. Qatar, and the reason I keep mentioning it is because that's the first part of the documentary I've done. Your sequence with Isage, where you're standing on the set and Isage is, and I'm basically directing you, and you got a green screen behind you.
that's fascinating.
It really,
Okay,
I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. So when people watch this movie, people are gonna,
See
because
you,
it's
thanks
it's
for coming.
it's gonna be confusing. What's up? See you, Sergeant. It's gonna be
all right,
like,
son.
it's blurring the lines between fantasy and reality in ways that I never thought possible. Because for somebody that doesn't know what I'm doing, and somebody who just watches this movie and then watches that behind the scenes featurette, they're not going to know that I didn't actually film this, that you guys are not actually actors, that you guys actually weren't there. This looks like you actually were there. This is going to confuse
Man,
people even
that's so
further and make
confused.
it seem like, and give an air of legitimacy to it, that it didn't have before, where people are just going to be like, oh, well, yeah, Zod actually shot this with Nikon cameras and with Nikon cameras, and he had
Zach,
and he
Zach.
had, yeah, I actually did it. And there you guys are. But that's what I mean between like, it just gave me that feeling of like deja vu or whatever. Like I've done it. I just didn't do it here. And I'm just pulling it from wherever it happened. It's
Now,
the data is coming through and I'm just pulling it and here it is. And now everybody is seeing it.
I have a question.
What?
For the behind the scenes, will there be like character interviews?
You know what? I don't know. Right now I'm just working on
The concept.
just a little bit of, behind the scenes footage. It's going to be like
Okay,
a featurette where it
I got you.
like shows on the set. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to go that far and have it be
Oh,
like
okay.
character interviews and stuff. I'm sure if I wanted to, I could, but I'm gonna see how this all comes out first. And so far, it just, but it looks real. It looks like you're on a set, you're directing these characters. It's green screen, and yeah, it's blowing my mind. The whole thing is blowing my mind.
All right.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna do the final music break for this show, and
Uh,
we'll be back in a while. Listen
what you
to
got?
this is my frustration for so many months, for so many weeks actually. Getsemani. This is from the Days of Atonement version, the other one. Listen to it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I only wanna say, if there's another way, this burden all on me. For I don't wanna taste its sorrow, feel it break me. I have changed. I'm not as sure as when we started that my felt life. Listen, sigh. Surely I've gone beyond what's needed. Tried for 3 years, feels like ages. Could you ask as much from any other man? But if I fall, let the story run its course. Fulfill what's set before me. Let them scorn me, strike me, take me, nail me, tell me to their cross. I need to know my God. I need to know my God. Let me see, I need to see my God. Let me see, I need to see my God. Why must I die? Will I be remembered more than I was before? Will the things I've said and done still be worth dying for? I have to know my Lord. I have to know my Lord. Show me now, I need to see my Lord. I need to see my Lord. If I die, what will be the gain? If I die, will it be in vain? I have to know my Lord. I have to know my Lord. Why must I die? Oh, why must I die? Can you show me now that this is not just pain and dust? Give me just a glimpse into the purpose of my trust. Show me there's a reason for the price I have to pay. You've been clear on when and how, but tell me why today. Alright, I'll go. Just watch me go. See how I go. Then I was strong. Now the road feels long. After all I've tried for years, yet time just pulls me under. Why now do I fear the end of what I started? What you started, I never asked for this. God, your will is hard, yet you hold the cards. So I will drink this bitter chalice. Lay me down and then take me, bleed me, strike me, slay me, take me now, before I turn away.
Good job, Doctor.
Wow, that
Yo,
was awesome.
that was
And I
amazing.
finally got the right blend of music. That was awesome.
That was amazing.
And it really goes to my musical journey now with all those Jesus Christ Superstar soundtrack I've been listening to.
It's amazing,
Different
man.
soundtrack. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really like that song ever since I was a kid.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm with
Yeah.
you.
Me too.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we have reached the 2 hour mark. Whoa, time flies.
I know.
And
Yes.
yeah,
I had fun doing it with
this
you
is
guys as usual.
and yeah, some final words from you guys, Bishop.
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming. The ones that came through to check out, Faith and Comics. I love you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
You two,
people are loving the videos.
aren't they? Aren't they though? Um, yeah. Well, I'm loving you guys. I'm loving
They
both of
love
you,
the
my
video.
brothers. I'm loving
Yeah,
both of my brothers right here, and let's just keep up the creativity and keep the Lord in it, and just watch it explode.
yeah. Thank you, Bishop. How about you, Zod?
Yeah, yeah. Just don't forget to email me that song,
Yeah,
guitar, so I could use it in the
yeah,
movie.
yeah. I
You're,
already listed it
you're,
on WAV file,
yeah,
WAV.
it's fantastic. The stuff you're doing with Joden International is wonderful, and
Yes.
yeah, dude, another
You
great
guys are my
great show.
inspiration. Yeah, thank
Uh,
you. And
yeah.
for all,
Thanks.
thank you for watching us with all the seriousness, the jokes and stuff. Thank you to Sinavo, to Brogu, to Sergeant Gertina, and who else? Sean.
Yeah.
Sean. Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
guys. Uh, we're just gonna fade out in five, four, three, two, and one.